All right, guys, I have a fantastic recipe to share with you, and it's from someone you know and love from reality TV, Real Housewives of New York star Jill Zarin, who is also the author of the great book Secrets of a Jewish Mother, and Bravo star, of course, Jill Zarin. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for being here with me.
Yes, oh, I'm excited. And look at this, what we've got to get to here. But before we do, quickly tell me what you're doing today in memory of 9/11.
Well, today's a somber day for New Yorkers. It is 9/11. It's the anniversary, 2001. I'll be spending the morning after this at Cantor Fitzgerald with the families of many of those who lost their families, and they've raised over the last 10 years $180 million to disperse to the families and charities of the people who work at Cantor Fitzgerald. So it's one of the most meaningful things that I'm going to do today. I'm also going to close the NASDAQ at the end of the day also
so
in remembrance of 9/11.
And you were saying stars are going to be there, Jake Gyllenhaal among them, and many, many others.
Geraldo Rivera is going to be there. Miss Universe is going to be there. I've seen Whoopi Goldberg in the past. I mean, all the stars who are in New York today will be there.
It's going to be a big event. Now, that obviously looking back to some tough things that families are going through. You have gone through some tough things as well. You opened up to people about the update on your husband and his cancer. It had returned. Thyroid cancer had spread to his lungs. What is the update now? How is Bobby doing?
Bobby is the same. Bobby feels amazing, and but you know, my quest is to find the most state-of-the-art, what's going on next, and to be prepared for when things aren't good. And that's just being practical, being a practical Jewish mother. So our next trek is to Houston, Texas, to MD Anderson on October 14th to meet with Dr. Stephen Sherman, who is the big guy there on thyroid cancer, and I want to hear about what he's doing, and he's going to be seeing Bobby.
All right, you hosted a charity luncheon for cancer research in the Hamptons over the summer. Many of the housewives were in attendance. Let's talk housewives for a bit. Which ones are really your friends?
Most of them.
Yeah?
Yes.
And when they show up for events like that, obviously, that's a real personal show of support.
It is, absolutely. I think Ramona from New York, Ramona was there, Luann was there. Some of them who I never filmed with were there, like Aviva Drescher, but Cindy came. And then I had Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey. Then I had some shows that I don't even know, that I don't watch on Bravo, but other reality stars. Patty Stanger, my best friend. Dorinda, who's one of my oldest friends in New York, who is now a housewife. People didn't even know we were friends. I tried to get her on way back in the day. And then I had Andrea Canning there. I had Vern.
Who was it there?
I had the guy from Breaking Bad. I mean, you have no idea.
Support.
And Beth Stern, Howard's wife. She looked gorgeous.
Yeah, she's doing the cat thing and the whole deal. It's such a great show of support. Now, Bethany Frankel will return this season. Any thoughts about that and her return and how it's going?
Good for her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you ever come back?
I don't know. I don't think so. No.
Well, you're staying very busy. You're doing a lot, and there we see the two of you.
But I never say never. I never say never.
Of course.
I mean, she said she never would. She said I think she'd walk on glass before she'd go back to the Housewives.
And she went back. So you never know how things are going to turn around.
Yeah, you never. That's the point. You know what I mean? She said it was like Vietnam and whatever and napalm before she'd go out. Something crazy like that. It was a very serious word.
All right.
But she went back. So you know what? You never say never.
You never say never. We'll see what happens. Personally, I say let's do it. But whatever. Okay. But we'll get to a lot more here. Not only are you the author of Secrets of a Jewish Mother, you're here this morning to educate us on some appropriate home cooking.
Yes.
Look at this spread. Rosh Hashanah starts this weekend. We're making some matzo ball soup, or some matzo balls for soup.
Yes.
For people who aren't up on it.
Happy
and don't
New
know
Year,
and don't
first
celebrate.
of all, to everybody out there, Jewish or not. It's our Jewish New Year.
Exactly what is in a matzo ball? Tell us what it is.
Matzo ball, it's very simple. It's matzah meal, eggs, and oil. And that's it.
Easy enough.
And easy enough. So you put it all in together. You put in the matzah meal, you put in 2 eggs,
and you
put in whatever they tell you to put in.
I
think it's and it's absolutely depend. When I get sick, I eat matzo ball soup. It's the chicken in it. You know what? My grandmother, God bless her, she lived to 106 years old. And I asked my grandmother at 105 what was her secret to longevity. She was the oldest living New Yorker. Mayor Bloomberg actually made a proclamation of the day. She was up. Helen came in. In fact, her birthday was on September 8th, a few days ago. I still celebrated. She would have been 115 today.
Amazing.
That day.
So she credits.
And she says it was chicken matzo ball soup is what kept her alive all these years.
Wow.
Just saying.
Hey, you can't argue with it. Look, the woman lived.
She lived to tell the tale, and I'm doing okay. So for this, I'm 51. I'm doing all right.
You look,
I think
more than all right. You look
amazing.
amazing.
I don't know about that, but I'm eeating a lot of chicken matzo ball soup. Clearly, as you can see.
We see it right here in action.
Okay.
How do you avoid making it too hard? One of our producers told us that.
Don't over mix it. Don't do what I'm doing. No, don't over mix it. It should be just loose.
Okay, I'm ready.
And you take a little bit. Whew. You just kind of roll it.
You gotta just kind of get in there.
By the way, I think this might be a little soft. I think I would have put in a little bit more matzo meal. It shouldn't be this soft.
Okay.
It should be able to be form into a ball, which it's not doing right now.
And hold its form.
And hold. You know what I probably did? There was too much oil poured in.
Okay. Well, that's a good lesson learned.
If it's too much, if you have too much oil and it's doing what it's doing right now, then just add more of what needs to dry it out, which would be the matzo meal. So anyway, so you make a few of those, okay? And then you pop those into boiling water for about 20 minutes, covered. And you just want to stick a fork in it and make sure that it's not hard in the middle. And you can't really overcook it. If you mix it right, you can't overcook it. If you don't mix it right, then they're going to come out like hard rocks. It doesn't matter how you cook it. So the important thing is follow the recipe exactly. Don't be creative. Follow the box. That's why we have one. Where's the box?
And really quickly, before we get to that box, I want to know what holidays are like for you and for the Housewives and when people get together. Tell me.
You know, now that I'm the brand spokesperson for Strites, it makes it a lot easier because they send me a lot of products to the house and I get to try a lot of new things.
That's so great.
Is that terrible to say?
No, it's not terrible to say.
Oh, and by the way,
fantastic.
Everybody should personalize their own matzo ball soup. So for me, I add a little lemon, I add a little garlic. Some people like to add extra stuff, so I just want to show you can add pasta.
Oh, nice.
You could add what are these, Israeli couscous.
Maybe that adds to the firmness of it even.
It does. It makes it more of a meal. So you could add spaghetti. You could add any kind of, and Strites does it, but so do a lot of other people. You can add all kinds of stuff. You can add other vegetables. If you like zucchini, then add it.
We've got a full recipe to show everyone at home so people can get in on this for themselves. And then through the magic of television,
it's amazing. Gosh, watch this.
Look what we have done.
Oh, you see, I even have a handful of garlic cloves because that's what I add to it. I always add garlic, a little bit.
Oh, there are a few in here. My goodness, look at this.
Oh my God, that is so delicious and good enough to eat.
Let me tell you something. If you could smell this like I can, this is smelling amazing. My goodness.
I mean, so what? It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
No. There's never a bad time. Hey, soup is anytime.
You can eat it anytime of the day.
Especially if it's healthy and it's making me stronger and whatever. Okay, there we go.
It does, and then very important, and this is for everybody to know. You should always have parsley in the house and put it on everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Put parsley, put something fresh and green on everything, because you know what? Then it looks fresh and green and it looks good. It looks like you actually thought about it.
We're scooting this over here because
guess what? That?
There's no better way to end this.
Okay, now we have to try it.
Yeah, we got to try this bad boy.
Let's move this out of the way.
Let's get in here.
You ready?
You ready?
Okay,
we got a little. Are you scooping a little piece off here?
I am. I'm gonna take a little piece off.
Just a tiny one. Okay, sorry, I'm a little slower on the uptake. Okay,
ready?
And here we go. That is sultry. No more. I don't know if that's appropriate for morning TV, but I love it, and I love that. So good. Jill Zarin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
Good morning.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Have a great day.
Have a great fashion week, too.
Yeah, you too. This woman's giving me all the tips on the gifting suites and everything we need to do. We'll talk about that another time.